Hello YouTube world, this is Salty Veteran. I'd like to drop this video to give a special thanks to each and every one of you that has subscribed to the channel. We have hit 119 subscribers. I realize that's not huge, but to me it is. Smooth and steady wins the race. We'll eventually get there. While you're in the channel or you're watching a video, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps the algorithm stuff. It also helps the channel. It'll help the channel grow. And I'm going to continue working to put more music out. I'm in the process of writing new songs. I'm trying to do some different things and get some better sounds. I actually put a song up a while back that I couldn't believe I actually posted it. I didn't hear the deficiencies in the audio until after the fact, and it was kind of embarrassing. So I did pull that down. So if you're wondering about that particular song, and maybe you're not, maybe you missed it, who knows. But anyways, thank you for being a part of the channel. Share it out, tell your friends, and just tell them what the mission statement of this channel is. This is a veteran channel. I am a combat veteran, and I had a little voice pop in my head, said, hey, you had a talent years and years ago. Why don't you try picking that back up and doing something with it? And 20 years later, well, this past March I did. I picked the guitar back up, and it's starting to come back slowly but surely. I'm not quite where I used to be, but I will get there. So I'm making the best of what I have right now as far as my ability. And so when some time progresses, I'll be back at the level that I once was. So it takes some work, and it takes, getting adjusted back into that driver's seat. So anyways, again, I'm going to emphasize, please don't forget to hit the like button on some of these things. It really helps the channel. It's going to help the channel for the long run and all the algorithm stuff, okay? So I'd really appreciate that. And I did have some subscribers ask some questions, and they were curious about how I put some of my things together and the process I use. And I'm going to give you guys a little tour today, and I'm going to show you some of the things and maybe even a little demonstration of how I put things together and some of the things I use. So stay tuned for that, and it's coming right up. All right, so yeah, I'm going to start with where it all began, really. The keyboard. Do have a secret passion for piano, and I've always appreciated it, and it's also became a valuable tool for songwriting for me. So I actually sat down at times, and I actually have a video on the channel where I'm setting and going back and forth between the guitar and the piano, and actually trying to fit some things together. And it's one of my music writing processes, one of the few that I have. And I just wanted to showcase that particular video as a demonstration to that. And I'll put a link to that in the description below, so you can check that out, because it's a ways back when I've done that particular video. And now I'm going to move on over. I'm not going to go out of my way and try to polish something up and make it all pretty, just for the camera. I want to show the raw. This is usually how I roll. This is my little production table, as I call it. I've got all my different cables that I use depending on what I'm doing. I have an iRig. I can actually go straight into the iPad with the iRig HD. It's a really nice tool to have. I'm a one-man band, so I have to make the other elements of music on my own. I have to figure out ways to make that. There are some occasions where I use backing tracks that already exist, but I do try to limit that, because the fulfillment for me is just not there unless I know that I've created every bit of that music. And so that's typically what I do, and I'm going to show you what I use to do that. here is one of the important tools I use to creating my actual songs. It was just an iPad, nothing fancy, not a pro. It's an iPad 9th generation. It gets the job done. I just use GarageBand and put everything together that way. Sometimes it can be a little finicky, and that's what I experienced with the last song I actually tried to post. Something went wrong with the audio, and I need to figure out what went wrong there. And here's the little interface I use. Okay, I use that and actually run the amp and everything through that with whatever effects I'm using, which runs through the amp, goes back through GarageBand. And so I do each track one at a time. There's a couple tracks right there. And so I'll do vocals, and I'll do whatever beat that I create, whether it's from my looper drum machine, which is this blue guy right here. This is an effects pedal, and it also has a drum and loop capability to it. This one right here is dedicated looping and with a built-in drum machine. So it has like 11 different genres with 11 different style of beats within it. So it's roughly 121 beats that I have to work with. Not only beats that I can speed up and slow down, but I can also change them up a little bit as they go into here for my music. So I actually lay layers down here. I'll do a rhythm, and then I'll go back and do a lead. I can even go in and throw like a simulated bass line in. So I do not have a bass guitar, and so that is something else I have to kind of create in other ways and be creative in how I do it. So my amp that I use, it's a Fender Mustang LT25. Nothing fancy. I bought what I needed. Eventually I'm going to expand. I'm going to grow. I'm going to get other things that makes it easier for me to navigate as my talent expands more and my playability gets back closer to what it once was, and the channel grows. So will this stuff. But for right now, I'm extremely happy with what I have. I feel blessed with what I have, and I'm going to work with it and make it work. Really, really proud of my guitar, which is right now is on me. I've got it around myself right now. If you can see right there, right? Special thing I wanted to share about the guitar is it's was a birthday gift from my wife, and so far through this music journey, she has been very supportive as well, and that's huge when you have somebody in your corner, your significant other, and they're supportive of God-given talent, that you're capable of, and they support that. There's no better feeling in the world. So, and here's the microphone that I use. It's decent. It gets the job done. It's not top notch, but it is a nice microphone, and I'm looking to eventually get something that better suits my needs as far as that goes. So, all in all, I'm pretty happy with my current setup, and the most important thing is the player behind the instrument. It's about the attack. It's about how you drive yourself. What you're pushing for. The emotion really shows through whatever instrument that you're playing. Okay, and there are days that I feel off and I just don't have that energy, and so those are the days that I definitely practice. You still don't want to bypass your practice. Those are the most important days to practice, because those are the days that's going to make you stronger. So when the day comes where you feel motivated and you feel, very, you feel like something's speaking to you, that's where, you know, you can go in and really shine because you practiced on those days that you really didn't feel it, you know. It's really tough to explain. But anyways, I'll give a little demonstration here with my, let me cut this amp on. So it's a Fender. Probably can't see that good. I am going to be in the market at some point in my lifetime to get a nice tube amp, because it has such a tube amp has a sound that you just can't quite duplicate on digital amps. Okay, but digital amps have came a long way, and I'm really happy with this one. Okay, I seen a guy gigging with this one, and a lot of people that are very established, they'll actually take these little amps because they're light, they're easy to move around, and wherever the venue is, they take a mic and put it up to the speaker and run it through their PA anyways. The days of lugging, you know, those huge stacks around and solely depending on, you know, what you bring is kind of a thing of the past. It's, you know, but again, it's also nicer to have a bigger amp, you know, because it has a deeper, fuller sound. But man, they've come a long ways with these little amps. So anyways, so this is my effects pedal. So I get a lot of sounds out of this. There's one particular sound that I really love, and it's actually a fuzz. And I've actually tweaked it to more of a blues sound, and it's a custom sound for me. Okay, it's a tone that I like. All right, and so this pedal, I'm gonna get closer to it so you can see. I'm not being sponsored by any of these. I'm not being sponsored by Fender. I'm not being paid by any of these people. Let me go ahead and get that out there. I'm not being sponsored or paid in any way by Flamma, the makers of the Flamma pedal, nor am I being sponsored or paid by the makers of this pedal, which is Moore, okay, or Moore, however you want to say that. Anyways, so I've got this, I don't even remember what beat I have this set up on now, but like I said, it's got 11 different genres. It has a looper capability, and then you can do loop with drums. It has a tap tempo, so I can speed them up, slow them down. There's like 11 different genres, again, and like 11 different styles within each genre. So that's like 121 beats, I think. And this right here has quite a few. This is very customizable as well. So I'll go ahead and hit the switch here. So right there, the beat's going. I think it's set on. It's got a switch right there, if you can see it, a silver switch. I think it's set on looper and beat right now. Sorry about the bad camera work, guys. So I'll give like a little demonstration here. I'll just do something like really simple. Let me see what okay. Alright. So let me stop this. Hold it in to reset. So here we go. I'm going to give a little demonstration. So I laid down like a little rhythm there. Let's see. You can do whatever. You know, it doesn't really matter. I can do like something clean if I wanted to. Let's see. So if I wanted to do something clean, I'll just use the same beat. And sometimes, you know, I'll go back and redo it a few times because I want it to be perfect. Because if it's going to be a final product, you know, musicians really picky. That's, I mean, if you've ever, you know, been familiar with artists in studios, and they spend quite some time in a studio. They'll spend, you know, a lot of hours in a studio just working on like a particular section of a song, you know. So, and these are people with a lot backing them and a lot of money backing them, and they're spending a lot of money on that studio time. So, so this is the reality of it. But again, you know, I'll do this one more time just to show you how this works. So if I want to record my next layer, whether it be a bass line or something like that, and then hold it in to erase that entire track. So that's just like something, you know, rough draft I made up. And like I said, I'm not going to get into every single beat and every single rhythm and everything with that pedal. But that's the band behind me. I want to say between 85-90% of the time of what you hear. And it does take some time to put everything together. And also use that as an effects. And when I create my songs, I actually run them through the iPad here. So I hope this answers some questions. And don't forget where it all started right here with me getting back into music. I think this was one of the gateways that led me back to guitar. All right. And also use, not as often, but I do use a lot of the effects in here. And on certain occasions, I will use the looper or the drum machine. But I will say the drums in this are fantastic. The drums in this right here, again, I'm not reviewing this. I'm not getting paid by Flamma or anything like that. But I will say that it's amazing. You know, the drums sound a lot more realistic. So anyways, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. And hope you enjoyed the video. Again, remember, look for the link in the description down below for the music writing process that I talked about when I was using the piano here with the guitar going back and forth. Anyways, you guys have a great day, and thanks. Hey guys, I really appreciate y'all sticking around. And again, don't forget to check out the link in the description for the video that I posted some time back of the piano and guitar together songwriting process. It is a crucial part of my music writing, as well as some of the things I just showed you in the video. And again, these are things that will evolve as time goes by with the channel. And again, I want to say thank you to the 119 people that have taken the time to hit the little subscribe button. It didn't cost you a thing. And so I'm the one putting the time in to try to give you the best of what I'm capable of right now into this channel. And it will get better and better as time goes on, okay? While you're in there, hitting that like button really does matter. You know, a lot of people watch the videos, they watch things, and that's great, but hitting that like button helps put the channel out there for more people to see. I want this community to grow, and you guys are kind of like the frontier people of it. Y'all are the first batch of people. So one day when there's thousands of subscribers, you can say that you were the first, 100, 119, whatever the case is. So that's where we're at now, and that is awesome. I really appreciate you guys. You don't realize how thankful I am. And sorry about the toilet paper. Again, I'm not going to pick things up and polish things and try to be something I'm not for the camera. But I do have the toilet paper there as kind of acting as tissue. It's my tissue or something to wipe things with or whatever. So that's my little setup, and it's like the mechanic with a junky toolbox. Those are your good mechanics. They know where their stuff is at in every drawer, right? The guys, you take too much time to polish things up, you're not making money, right? So for you mechanics out there, you know what I'm talking about. So again, thank you for tuning in, and look for more music coming down the pipeline, and stay salty.